super resonate with her on that level.
For you, I guess
you're in the Flash family now.
Yeah. Danielle, I mean, this season 6 was all about sort of Frost finding herself or finding a way to craft a life for herself. For you, what was it like to explore that journey with this character?
It was great. It was really fun to get to explore Killer Frost as a real character and a person and a human being with feelings and emotions, and not just necessarily this person who, pops up for a fight and then disappears and we don't really know her perspective on things. So it was really fun to get to dig in and flesh that out and have a little bit of fun with it. Like Candace was saying earlier, it's nice to have the variety after 6 seasons and we're rapidly approaching 150 episodes.
On the subject of change, this season for Cecile, she sort of decides to become a meta attorney for metahumans. For you, what has it been like to see this character evolve from when she was initially introduced to where she is now?
It's a blast for me because I got to be a regular person, then I got to be a telepath, and then I got to be an empath, and then now I am a meta attorney, meta defense attorney, and then from what I understand, there's going to be some shifts next season too.
Is there something that you're hoping to do that you haven't gotten a chance to do on the show yet?
I have always, this is not news to anybody, Eric will not be surprised, I have wanted Cecile to be bad, just a little bit bad, forever, like just a little bit, because she's so good. I would have a lot of fun playing like bad Cecile. Unfortunately, Eric does not believe me to be as good of a writer as I am an actor, so he continues to not buy my pitches.
But I listen. I am listening.
And Carlos, this season 5 ended with him giving up his powers, and this season was very much about him figuring out what his role on the team was without those powers.
So we had to stop because we got kicked off because apparently we couldn't stream it and show you guys in time, even though it was no problem the first couple hours.
Hours we did it.
So you guys have to watch with us on a different screen. Unfortunately, we can't show you.
Tia, do you have another screen to watch it on while we're doing this?
You on? Taya.
Sorry, I had muted myself. My bad. What panels are upcoming?
Black Adam is next.
Yeah, Black Adam.
What time is that?
It's 6 o'clock, but that's the old schedule. I don't know what time they moved it to.
So we'll say 6:10, 6:15 will probably be.
Probably like 15 minutes or so. We'll start around 6. Okay, you got another 10 minutes. if that, maybe it's less.
Because what I think I'm going to do is, because I want us to all experience it together. So what I think I'm going to do is, if we don't get any comments by the time we get to Aquaman, I'll just cancel the live YouTube and then just do it and just share the screen again and have us all on Aquaman going forward. Oh,
maybe it is Dark Side.
I thought it was. I take your word. You know it. So
Dark Side.
Well, look at it. Look here. Look at him.
It might be a younger version of Dark Side.
They just look different to me.
I don't disagree, but the way I saw it, it was just so fast that I'm like, it could have been.
All right, maybe.
I wouldn't put it. That's why I'm like, Dark Side in the hoodie is pretty freaking dope.
Yeah, see the butt chin? Got Ben's butt chin. Okay. Not as deep.
I will say, the butt chin that he has is so accurate to Batman the Animated Series. I've never seen accuracy like that from a cartoon to live action.
He has a headpiece on him, so you don't see the butt chin.
Oh, so you're saying it is Dark Side now?
I'm saying it's possible, yes.
You're making me feel like I was dumb.
I thought it was Desaad because they said Desaad was in the movie.
Had me feeling like, damn, Juwan, your eyes ain't good.
You're not the only one that said it, though.
So I went to DC FanDome site. Is everyone seeing like what I'm seeing where it's just like going through these virtual halls?
No, because every time we kept going, it was just showing us the live. We couldn't get to the schedule. It was driving Joel crazy.
I'm still going nuts.
Oh, it's live right now. It's still on the Flash. So it's fine.
Yeah, it's still on the Flash.
I don't go. That's horrible. What do you see?
But
You see
I think I'm gonna stay for Black Adam, and then I might hop off. What's after that?
well.
We can't seem to get to.
Well, you don't see the schedule there because they made it's like Black Adam, and then I know for a fact it's a title to be announced at 6:45. But I don't know what that is.
Could be something to you.
And then Aquaman, Shazam, the Suicide Squad game, Lucifer panel. I don't know if that's still there though. They might have moved it.
Oh, they might have moved that. Yeah. Okay.
Did they do the Batman panel yet?
Oh,
Yeah.
Not yet.
30.
yeah, Batman is the end.
Not yet, but there's a lot of spoilers on Twitter, so be careful.
I saw that. I saw people. Did you guys see that Zack Snyder was pretty pissed at
Yeah, I saw that.
Scott Mendelson because he like commented and apparently it was like commented on leaked footage and stuff. There's gonna be like leaks, right? There are gonna be leaks. That is unavoidable. I feel like,
but he's a professional. He shouldn't be doing all that.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get you. Listen, Scott Mendelson, his journalistic reporting isn't always on par. Not trying to just throw shade, but kind of throwing shade.
I'm full 100% throwing shade at him.
Throwing the shade.
Shade.
Yeah, as I'm watching this Flash panel,
Oh, it's coming. 5 minutes. It says.
It's underwhelming.
Yeah, I stopped looking at it.
Yeah. No.
Less.
Yeah. I don't really care because like it's not.
And I miss Arrow.
Well, there's nothing to do with Arrow. I just
All of these shows should have been over like 3 seasons ago.
yesterday.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I saw it, so I don't care. So
Well, you should have told me that so I could have seen it, so we could have skipped this whole damn
posted
thing.
it.
I'm just really happy with the Suicide Squad footage. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah,
I love that Suicide
Batman
footage.
Yeah.
Oh, Harley Quinn looks so fucking good. I was like, I do not want to hear any of the James Gunn naysayers. He is giving us like probably some of the most comic book accurate freaking looks of Harley Quinn. Like it's on par to the 2-second clip that David Ayer posted, like had in his film of Harley Quinn, the classic costume. It's like, give me the red and black. And that's the thing. I'm like old school Harley Quinn fan. Like I love the red and black. Fine, whatever. Her pink and blue phase is now, and I get that everyone likes it. But I'm like, give me the old classic red and black look.
No, I love that, but this Snyder cut, when I say I have to apologize, I really thought, regardless of what the trailer showed me, I just would still be neutral. Like, cool, I'm definitely going to see it, but it's not something that I'm, like, dying to see.
Listen, you already know. I'm just being nice, complimenting, saying, like, it obviously looks, well done, and it's whatever. But, like, you know me, I ain't jumping out of my chairs for it. And the fact that it's going to be a 4-hour thing.
Yeah.
I'll take all 4 hours.
On the way. Plus,
And I
That's so loud.
a Black Adam.
Not you.
I want a
And now
lantern.
for some more
I want a
of your
lantern
fan
for
questions.
you to say
Check
there's
it
no
out.
lantern.
I feel so robbed. I'm a Justice League fan. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
Black Lightning.
I don't know, but that was really loud, Joel. That assaulted my eardrums.
It was a shocker. I was trying to sound that.
I would like to. I mean, honestly, as a nerd, whole table of superheroes, like
I'll never forget
I got chills, and it would be cool to be like Justice League out. That would be awesome. So I would love that to happen. And as far as Henderson, I don't know. I was not a fan of him going. So I mean, that's still, to be perfectly honest. So
Did they cancel Black Lightning?
No.
record that I wanted.
Oh. Why is he talking about, like, he's sad that he's gone?
Some other person left. I don't know who that was.
Comics have always
I know
been an
that's the question.
aspiring art form.
Yeah,
Our
apparently too. You have
characters
to be a
have been
Netflix
interpreted in so many ways over the years by incredible artists, including you. Let's take a look at some of your amazing art created by our talented fans right now.
Gone. Oh, you like that shit? Gone. Deadly fun.
That is fast.
You know exactly? No one else that is
That sounds good.
the main character, the kid, you know what I'm talking about. Very good kid.
It's good. Really. Oh, he's really good artist right there.
You know what's frustrating? Yeah, you see artwork like that, and this could be what the DC universe was. I mean, it is. It's serious heroes come together, do fun stuff like that. Yeah. Oh my god. Is that true?
Wow, such amazing art. And did you see that Black Adam art piece in there?
No, I missed
What?
Oh, does anyone think before they commence with the Black Adam panel? Remember, there were reports that WB was looking at Alexander Skarsgård to play Hawkman. Do you think that they'll make an announcement, or is it too early at this point?
It's possible, but that also got shot down. So if it is, it might not be him.
That's going to change.
An announcement would make people really excited.
This is Black Adam.
If they give me anything other than Black Adam, I'm happy.
I mean, listen, everyone talks about the Zack Snyder fans having to wait 4 years. I mean, poor Dwayne Johnson had to wait 10 years to play Black Adam.
Power.
Well, blame Dwayne for that, for getting like 5,000 other projects.
The man's working.
Needed a hero. Instead, they got me.
They wanted a hero, instead they got me.
So cool.
Now, 5,000 years later. My word. Never stop me again. All right, what's up, everybody? I'm so happy to be joining you guys at the first ever DC FanDome. You guys are watching from around the world. You're excited. I'm excited. First of all, I got to give props to my two friends, Jim Lee and Boss Logic, who teamed up with me to create that. Really
You should have wore the costume.
guys. Just to give you guys a little sense of the Black Adam movie that we plan to create and deliver. Now, I wish I could show you a lot more, but as you can imagine, we're still in the very early processes of this creation. But I can promise all of you this, all of you around the world right now watching, I can promise you this, I give you my word, that we are going to go beyond your wildest expectations. And I already know this because your expectations are high, so are mine. Look, at the end of the day, I truly have one boss that I aim to please, besides my wife and my daughters. Of course, is you guys, the fans, the audience. Always audience first in my book. All right, so I know you guys have a lot of questions. I'm going to do my best to answer as many as I can. Let's get the show on the road. Here we go. All right, the first question comes in from June Rodriguez of the United States. The question is, how powerful can we expect Black Adam to be? Well, great question, Jude. Thank you for asking that question. As we all know, Black Adam is one of the most powerful superheroes, anti-heroes, villains, whatever you want to call Black Adam. He is one of the most powerful in the DC. We all know the superheroes, they have to exhibit a little bit of restraint when it comes to taking care of the bad guys, if you will, or taking care of the people who are opposite them, who are opposing them, who are in their way,
but this idea that you could take all of Black Adam's powers and he does not practice restraint, that makes for a really powerful combination, and one that's explosive, one that's very dangerous, and one that is ultimately, I think, very likable, to me at least. All right, next question comes in from Jaden Marvel of Singapore. The question is, if you could take any DC character to join you in an adventure, who would it be and why? The number one choice on who I would love to take with me on an adventure would be Wonder Woman. And I'll tell you why. No, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, of course you would, Rock. No, look, Gal. But the character of Wonder Woman is one that I have such a tremendous amount of respect for. I've always thought that this combination of Wonder Woman and Black Adam would make an incredible pairing. So this idea that we would go on an adventure together is something very cool. The other part to this answer is, I always thought that it might be cool to hang out with Superman. That would be cool, right? I mean, we're kind of similar in terms of our powers, our strengths, our speeds. Because look, at the end of the day, you never know. Black Adam and Superman could become friends. Or they won't. Who knows? Maybe we'll see.
Rock, don't you make him friends.
All right, this next question comes from Caleb Hammocks from the UK. The question is, out of all the characters you could have played, what is it about Black Adam that stuck out to you that makes him unique? It's a great question, Caleb. Thank you very much. Caleb or Caleb, I hope I pronounced your name right. As many of you know, Black Adam has been with me for a very, very long time. This has been a project that has been in development for a very long time, over 10 years plus with myself, our producer, Hiram Garcia, who's the president of Seven Bucks Productions. I mean, this has been in our DNA and in our wiring for such a long time. One of the main things that I always loved and admired about Black Adam was, number one, he was an anti-hero. He is an anti-hero. I love that. I love that the line is a little blurred. I love that he doesn't toe the mark. I love that he doesn't walk the line. I love that he has his own sense of Black Adam justice. I also love the fact that his origins are that of a slave. When the origins are that of somebody who is enslaved, his people enslaved, his family enslaved, and he's felt the burdens and the pressures of a larger entity holding him down until he can't take it anymore. And when you come from that place, it's just a different energy and a vibe, different mana that you have. So I've always loved that about Black Adam, which informs how Black Adam operates, how he sees justice, how he delivers justice. And I've always appreciated that about Black Adam. Okay, this next great question is from Ayush Butola from India. I hope I pronounced your name right. So from India, thank you for this question. Will you stay faithful to the fact Black Adam, at the end of the day, is a ruthless keeper of justice and not a stereotypical villain or a hero? I love this question. And my stripped away, honest answer is yes. You know, as we all know, there's many variations and iterations of Black Adam that we have all fallen in love with over the years. Over the years. And what I can promise you is the Black Adam that I feel in my heart is the right one to root our story in the beginning, this origin story. This is a character that will possess all the qualities that we have loved, regardless of what variation of Black Adam you've loved, which he is ruthless. He's a ruthless keeper of justice. He is the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And he believes in an eye for an eye, and he will always do everything he can to protect his people, more so protect his family. So that is my answer, and thank you for your question. All right, so here we go. This next question, it's a video question coming in via video. All right, cool, roll it.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Dwayne? How you doing, man? My question is, I just want to know how you're feeling about the fact that I'm coming for your squat game. Just curious.
Well, you know what? Look, I'm glad, Noah, that you said that, because there's a difference between coming for my squat game, different than, Adam's for Black Adam's squat game. It's a big difference. So you know what? I welcome it, dude. Good to see you, man. How you been?
Good to see you too. Oh, I've been really good, man. Excited to be here. Excited to be a part of the team, man.
Man, it's so cool to have you be part of this team and to bring Adam Smasher to life, JSA to life, to bring this entire universe that we're going to create together to life. Well, talk to me a little bit about your workouts. I know you've been training hard, despite us being locked down. How has that been going? Let the fans know.
It's been really good. You know, there's a lot of different precautions that we take now, but it's been a lot of training outside, you know, on the tarmac or like on the turf, you know, a lot of sled work, a lot of hypertrophy training, if you will. But it's just grinding. You know what that's like, man. It's just a lot of hard work and just trying to, you know, do the best that I can to be ready to come and deliver when it's game day.
Man, you're going to crush this role. I can't wait. I love that you said that you're training on the tarmac, right? So the fact that you're on the tarmac means it's about 120 degrees on that tarmac.
Oh, it's warm down here.
Well, man, really quickly, I know that a lot of fans are super excited that we are introducing JSA after all these years. And what is it about Adam Smasher, which, by the way, is one of my favorite characters, especially, you know, when you see him just grow so large and everything is like just so badass and yes and powerful. What is it about the character that attracted you?
You know, man, I think Al is, you know, real name Al Rothstein. I feel like he really has something to prove, especially with his lineage of where his grandfather was kind of, you know, a villain, and he's got quite a spirit to just help. And what I love about the character is that he goes through this transformation throughout the film where I think he's not expecting the world of being a superhero, because this is, you know, his first mission. It kind of just like hits him across the face. And so it's this journey that he goes on of what it means to be a superhero. And he gets to really see someone like Black Adam who takes a different approach, clearly, to, you know, solving a problem or fighting bad guys. And it's an exciting character. It's a young character. It's a new, fresh face. And I don't mind being the size of the Eiffel Tower or the Empire State Building. That'd be pretty tight.
You know, I've seen some of the early like previs and renditions, and I got to tell you, it's so cool to see Adam Smasher next to Black Adam, and how, especially when your character, you know, just becomes even more powerful and he grows. It's just such an incredible visual to see Adam Smasher just so big and badass. And, you know, Black Adam just reduced. But it's awesome, man. And I'm so happy you're on board. And I know you've been working your ass off. And personally, for me, I want to thank you so much for working so hard. This has been a passion project, a dream of mine for many, many years. So I thank you. My heart is full of gratitude, brother, for all the hard work that you're going to put in. And this is only the beginning. I can't wait to get on set with you, and we're going to crush this movie.
I'm so stoked, man. I can't wait. Thank you for having me aboard. So grateful. Seriously.
Well, so cool to see my boy Noah. Can't wait for you guys to see him in the movie. He's going to kick ass. All right, now I tried to get through as many questions as I possibly could. There were literally thousands and thousands of them. And a lot of the questions were about the JSA, the Justice Society of America. And who from the JSA is going to be in our movie. Well, I don't want to reveal too much this early on, but I thought this might answer some of your questions. Take a look.
Oh, wow.
Get excited. Yeah, let me look.
But there are some
Yeah.
who think I need help.
I love that guy.
Man. Dr. Fate.
Yeah, these are confirmations. You kind of knew.
And their new recruits. Cyclone.
Cyclone.
And Adam Smasher. They call themselves the Justice Society. An organization that believes in fighting for truth and justice. Well, I'm going to teach them that the only beliefs I fight for are mine. Welcome to truth and justice.
Where's Hawk Girl?
So as you guys can see, we are cooking up something pretty badass and certainly a lot of fun that we are all excited about to deliver to you guys. And I can't wait to show you more. But before I go, I want you guys to help me out with something that's pretty important. I need you guys to help me get a message out to some of the other ones, some of the other DC superheroes. Let's let Flash, Shazam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Let's let them know something. Things will never be the same because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
I'm so corny.
I'm telling you right
Wow,
now.
that was amazing. I'm so excited to see Dwayne Johnson.
What?
And with that,
I'm telling you right
I'm
now,
going
the
to hand
press,
this back over to
the
Asia.
press
Take it
junket
away.
for
Thank you,
whenever we
Lilico. That
get
was
Black
so
Adam versus
cool.
Superman,
By the way, guys,
will be
Lilico was a
the biggest
badass wrestler.
we've
You
ever
guys should
seen in
totally check her
superhero
out.
history.
Guys, we love hearing from you, our
Oh,
DC fans. Okay, so keep
Just
tweeting
seeing
us
those
at
two
hashtag
massive
DC Fandom.
bodies
Let's keep the
against
conversation going.
It's
And
gonna
first,
be
here
crazy.
are more of your questions that are
They
begging for
officially announced
answers.
4 JSA members. Who's gonna outlift, bro? Henry or The Rock? Henry's huge, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, we can
You
get
relate
some
your
talk about
character
it.
in
I mean, I'd just say the Oscar
yeah,
is kind of my.
I love that. I love that panel. I love
That was
everything
fun.
about it.
That
I
was
mean,
fun.
here's the thing.
I wish we got more casting announcements aside from
Our-
the one we already knew.
Right. Our expectations coming into it were to only see what he looked like in the costume.
Yep.
So I mean, all they did was kind of give people who've never heard of Adam the backstory,
Right.
a little bit of history, and then show them what it will ultimately look like.
Right.
If I have to share any disappointment with the panel, it's that I know he's tried on the suit. I didn't want him in the suit, not a drawing of it. You in the suit. So that was the only disappointment I had of it. But to me, it was fine. I mean, we didn't expect much, so.
I was bored as hell. And I wanted to fall asleep. Like that was like all it was is him just showing some pictures and then being like, I can't give you really anything because nothing really has been done, but it will happen. And it's like, okay, I can say I will make $1 million at some point in my life. Is it going to happen? Maybe, maybe not.
No, but I mean, like I said, my expectations were high. So I mean, it only hit my expectations because I set reasonable ones for them. I knew they were only going to show us photos. They haven't started filming yet, and to be honest with you, Tia, I don't think they fully know who's playing who yet. Yeah. I think they're still in the process. You got to remember, filming isn't supposed to start until later this year, early next year anyway.
They should have thought about that. They had 4 years to prepare for at least casting.
Well, that's the thing. None of that was prepared until recently.
Right. DC FanDome is new. You got to remember, the world didn't stop till March, AJ.
They weren't.
It wasn't like the world stopped.
Yeah, but they had 4 years to get their casting together. It's not just that they were preparing now.
AJ, they just started the process of this whole thing. You got to remember, it's been talked about, like he said, for 10 years. So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It was announced a while back, was it not? If it was announced, they should have prepared for this.
This is literally like giving like the least bit of effort during a PowerPoint presentation. Like your students come and it's like you get the people who do all these like background and they come in with just like fluff.
No,
that was just like no.
Let me ask you this. Do you guys know who the full cast of Shang-Chi is?
No, because
we don't, but they do most definitely.
They're filming, so they know. They haven't even filmed Black Adam, but it's like you should know if there's any sort of plans to go.
Your argument is irrelevant, Jawan.
They're already filming. Of course, they know who the cast is. They just haven't revealed it to us fully.
It's not the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. They're just not ready to do it yet.
Maybe nothing's on the side.
So what was the point of the panel? If they had zero things to talk about besides the history, then they shouldn't have the panel.
I agree with AJ 100%.
I disagree with AJ.
Don't
don't know who Black Adam is. The panel is for them. Some people.
All they did was show a boss.
If they don't know who they are, they don't really know about DC fandom then.
Well, not everyone does. There's not a lot of big.
AJ, that's
DC
not true.
fans.
I could be watching DC fandom just
What
to see
is this?
it's the CNN Live Heroes.
What is
I could be
not-
watching DC fandom just to check out Wonder Woman, Flash, and Batman.
Yeah.
And then if I stumble across this because I know who The Rock
You could be
is,
just a casual fan.
I want to see who Black Adam is, and that's exactly what they did. They showed you who Black Adam was.
Well, they can all he did was say things you can always look up.
It's because it was a virtual panel. No way would you have a physical panel dedicated solely to what Dwayne Johnson revealed right now. It'd be a massive waste of time in a physical sense.
What was the thing that was new that was revealed in this?
First of all, what are you guys talking about? We just sat here and looked at a Flash panel that showed 2 photos, and that was it. And y'all.
I didn't stare at that. I walked away from my computer.
Black Adam.
That's what I'm saying. Flash just said, "Hey."
Flash did the same thing.
Flash was like, "Hey guys, we're working."
But they
on
gave
this
us
movie.
new pictures. That's it.
What I'm
And I don't give a shit about that movie either.
Black Adam gave
Where
us
the
confirmation.
fuck is the mute button?
Black Adam gave us confirmation. JSA is, and we now know somewhat what we can expect of the plot to be. Of that movie. Is the JSA taking him to be a rogue member of it?
Well, now there's a good chance that I don't know how he's connected to them at all. I just know they're involved in some capacity in taking him. And it's gonna, from what we know, we heard, again, that wasn't even confirmed in this, is that there's a part that takes place in the past and a part that takes place in the future. So, I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff they haven't told us.
I will say the only thing that would have been that cooler is
I would have liked, the only thing that disappointed me is I wanted a confirmation for who the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, the rumors came from somewhere.
Yeah.
So
I just wanted a confirmation of who's going to be playing Hawkman.
See, that would have been huge. That would have been huge for him to, like, Dwayne Johnson to throw out all this other stuff and us to be super bored, and then he'd be like, oh, and one other thing. I was in Disguise Guard is going to be Hawkman. Boom! It would have made the...
That means they just don't, it's not confirmed yet. Whoever is supposed to be these characters, obviously none of them have
With the Flash, we have bigger news than Black Adam. We got that Batman. We're getting 2 different Batmans. We're getting what? I don't know. Why are you looking confused? why are you looking confused?
Because we knew that panel, AJ.
You said it's the same thing. We knew everything got Black Adam. We knew. But guess what? Same thing with the Flash. The only thing that was new with the pictures. Just like the Hawk.
But no, those were just rumors until that right here.
By major trades.
Wait, yeah.
There were still rumors. They weren't confirmed.
The JSA were rumors. We got the confirmation on who's playing. Look. We'll just end it at this. If the news that they gave weren't included, that's fine. But don't say they didn't reveal anything. They revealed a good amount. So if you're looking forward to this movie and gave you
Was The Rock as entertaining as Ezra Miller? No, he was not.
No. But I
That's
mean,
the case.
it just sounds like you guys aren't really that interested in this movie.
Which is fine.
I'm not.
But
I want to be interested, but this didn't get me interested.
You say Ezra Miller on coke? Because there was something going on with his hair and his lips. I don't know why they were blue. Like, the man couldn't shower beforehand.
That was during the Snyder family. He looked like he just came out of the snow.
Yeah, only look. As 2 people that were really, really, really looking forward to this movie.
Yeah, I still am.
We tempered our expectations on what to expect from this panel. So I mean, there's no way.
I guess I expected a lot then.
I don't know why, AJ. They haven't started anything.
It's the same thing with the Flash. The Flash didn't start filming yet. You know, everything we're hearing is rumors. Like Michael Keaton didn't show up. I really wish he did.
It would have been great. Because that would have been a confirmation.
They never even mentioned that he was going to be in the movie. You just saw a picture.
Right. The artwork is what gave you the idea.
Exactly.
Oh, he'll be back.
More stuff is leaked about the Flash than right now of Black Adam.
Honestly, we can even say this: they confirmed less than Black Adam purely because they didn't mention Ben coming back. Is that Batman? They didn't mention anything that these major trades have been talking
they
about.
probably filmed it before that was official.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Probably.
Because he just said yes this week.
But we also have to remember this. If this was filmed a few months ago, that Noah news is only a few months old.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't know when. They don't know if they all filmed at the same time.
But that's what I'm saying. Baby Rock did his panel around when that got
Yeah,
confirmed,
that's
and that's
what-
all they have.
Right, exactly.
When do y'all think they pre-recorded all this?
They did.
They definitely did.
I said when. I said when did y'all? When do y'all think?
Probably this got announced what 2 months ago.
What? This
The FanDome, yeah.
Yeah, they probably knew about FanDome for a while, so maybe a month ago or something.
Maybe about a month ago. Or who knows? Maybe when they announced it, they started getting everyone to start. Hey,
Yeah,
this is what
I don't think it happened recently, so maybe like,
no, it in the
been a
past.
couple.
But I enjoyed it. I can't wait for The Rock to bring a new hierarchy to the DC universe.
I'm very looking forward to that too.
Especially if we can get Justice League versus Black.
The amount of how The Rock was hyping up Superman versus Black Adam, I want it now more than ever.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
sure,
I'll
for
never
sure.
forget that infamous photo.
And if I don't get it, I'm gonna be pissed. 100% pissed.
I'll say this. I'll say temper your expectations of getting it in a Shazam movie. I definitely think we'll get it at some point.
Yeah, I don't know what capacity, but I do think we're gonna get it.
But we also have to remember that Henry Cavill, has he been confirmed, or is it still rumored that he's coming back for at least?
I don't think he's confirmed yet.
No, not by him at least.
What else is coming up?
Because the trades reported on it, but again, it's not even in the trades. It's not confirmed that he signed up to do anything extra.
No.
And I think right now he's still filming. I think they just started filming The Witcher season 2. So Zach is looking to do additional filming around this time. I don't think Henry would have the time. Although Henry did say that he believes that you can do like pretty much 2 projects at the same time. There was a quote of him saying something like that, like, "Oh, you can be in 2 projects at the same time. You know, it's no big deal."
For him,
I think that was a joke.
It's because he's Superman. He's Superman, and he's got that. You know, what else would he be doing besides that? Sitting at home playing video games. So he has the time.
Hold on.
Hold on, Thea. I'm trying to get you an answer. Hold on, Thea.
What was the question?
What else is coming up?
Well, 6:45. The old schedule had a 2 announced new movie. Movie announcement. But I don't know if that's still there when they changed everything.
I think I'm gonna hop off, and maybe I'll come back for the Batman panel.
The Batman.
The Batman.
You didn't want to do Aquaman or Shazam?
Or Shazam?
No, not really.
Not at all. No.
No. I love you guys. You guys are great, but besides that, this is still a little boring.
I pulled up the panel here.
Nobody's looking yet.
Can you not show them off in there?
Adam. Then we got Titans at 6.
It's been a very boring DC panel so far.
Yeah, when it's Titans.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, go ahead.
So we got Titans at 6:50, Aquaman at 7:05, Harley Quinn at 7:15. Then we could take a break unless Joel and AJ want to do the Wonder Woman and the normal superheroes with Jim Lee. Then Shazam at 7:40. The Wonder Woman cast play a game. I'm not gonna answer it. So then after 7:40, we come back at 8:10. Suicide Squad.
Let's remember to try to get on a little bit earlier than their time because they've been trying to get early.
Right. And then the Batman comes at 8:30, and then we get ready to do our review show at 9.
Small break and then panel.
When are you guys doing your review thing?
9:30.
9:30. Okay. I'll keep in touch then.
Okay, so pretty much, AJ, Titans, Aquaman, Ask Harley Quinn, 7:40 for Shazam, 10 for Kill the Justice League, and then we get ready for the Batman.
Yes. Man,
That's a lot. Crap.
Not a fucking day. Let's took our
His fingers are on fire.
Oh my god. It's a lot to do all this shit, man.
Thea,
Didn't she leave? No, she left. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I think she gave us the finger on the way. I swear.
Well, we'll see on the screen.
Yeah.
We'll see on the screen.
No,
if
she
did. Thank goodness. All right, so AJ, we're getting ready for Titans.
Okay.
Is that what, 6:50?
Yeah, 6:50.
So the next, we can take a break, 10 minutes. Or no? Too soon? We're gonna want to talk for 10
You
minutes.
can stay on here.
We can talk 10 more minutes of Black Adam. You down?
Y'all can talk 10 more minutes of Black Adam. I'll be right back.
What are your expectations heading into season 3 of Titans?
Black Adam. I'm putting. Expectations like who, like what? I don't know.
Whatever.
What to expect,
whatever
honestly.
your expectations are.
I don't know. I hope the rumors are true, and then we get like more characters because I want to see
more heroes.
There's only one thing I want from Titans. I want Cyborg. I'll never feel right with. I'll never feel right with Titans without Cyborg. Like I'll never feel right with Justice without Green Lantern. It doesn't make sense to me.
I'm with you, but I'm looking forward to Speedy and whoever their Kid Flash show.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get Kid Flash on that show, but Speedy,
I mean,
maybe.
come on, you got to do that for me, Titans.
I would love that. I just don't know if we're gonna do it.
I mean, you might as well. You said it's a different Earth, so no one will get confused.
It's for damn sure a different Earth.
So why not?
I would love it. I just don't know when they'll do it. With the Flash show. Maybe when the Flash is canceled and it's possibly still on.
But if you're not going to use him on the Flash, definitely use him in Titans.
That's Speedy, I would love to see, or as Arsenal maybe is now.
Okay, that's where I wanted to differ from you. Remember in the original Titans cartoon?
Yeah.
Remember how he was still called Speedy and
how
dope he looked?
He didn't like it.
No, he didn't like it.
It was Speedy. All he did was take his hat off, really.
That was it. But I really like how more modern his get-up was from what we know from the comics.
Okay.
So I would at least like a season of him as Speedy before you try to turn him into Arsenal.
You can have flashbacks. The problem is when Dick was still Robin and Donna was Wonder Girl. Donna didn't even call herself Wonder Girl.
No, not even once. Not even
and then
once.
Dick obviously was still Robin, but you can see he was segueing out of it. And Aqualad was dead by the time he got.
Aqualad was super dead.
So there you go.
It was one of those things where it was like, hey, remember that dead guy? Oh yeah.
I'm Aqualad. And
I will say this. I really do hope we get Slade back again. I really feel like
I do too, but
I didn't get enough.
But I would leave it for like a season finale. Like a surprise,
finale? I would leave it for your second half. Like if you have 12 episodes,
I say leave it.
Whatever your second half
leave
is.
it for like your finale. Like, oh shit, he's dead.
Wait, why would we think he was dead?
Because it kind of looked like he was dead.
I thought they just knocked. Oh no, she stabbed him. That's right.
Him,
okay, I thought they just knocked him out and they arrested him.
They deaded him.
By the way, his intro, one of the dopest ever. TV wise,
he was great.
One of the dopest ever.
He was great.
Mr. Morales.
Yeah. They got a Spanish. That's true. That was
happening. And it went on without any hiccups. Like it didn't seem any different.
No.
Just because you now have a Hispanic Slade. AJ, did you watch Titans?
Look at that shit. Damn. That looks good.
I'm looking at the screen where there's no AJ, and I'm sitting here saying, AJ, what do you think?
AJ, when you return, we have questions for you.
AJ's empty room. What did you think?
Superman, Wonder Woman, any takes?
You guys have anything to say?
Superboy, I want to see him become. You know what? If they work it backwards, Superboy came in. He had this. He looked kind of like Young Justice Superboy.
Yes.
All right. With the T-shirt and the classic Superboy look, right?
Yeah.
I would love it if he went backwards on the show and started dressing like with the leather jacket. Okay. Like he rebelling.
Oh, like Prime. Like the one that we saw in
yes.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Yep. The one that Cameron Monaghan voiced.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. But didn't they call him Superboy Prime? Superboy. Oh, I thought they called him Superboy Prime. Okay.
So he was the only Superboy.
No, but I thought they just called him
that makes some sense. Then Superboy. Well, here's the thing. In the comic book, that's how he starts, like that.
With the jacket, because he's rebelling from being.
No, that's just how he was introduced.
Oh.
That was the times, 90s.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, this jacket, earrings.
This Superboy is too buff for a fucking jacket.
Then he became a jacket.
He just said,
I'm saying it would be cool if he were like to transition into a different look. Because really, the only look he's really been using is that black shirt, the black T-shirt.
To me, I think the biggest thing is it depends on how much time has passed since Donna's death to whatever their modern.
I also don't think she's dead.
Oh no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think they sent her back to bring her back.
Yeah,
that was my whole
I think
thought.
Raven will have something to do with it.
I wonder if they're gonna go the route of CW.
Bloodlust. Oh, she's got the bloodlust. The Lazarus pit.
Wait, what?
No,
Where'd you come
season
from?
2?
Did
you see Titan season 2, AJ?
Yeah.
Okay. My question to you before I realized that you weren't there was because we're watching you on our TV rather than the computer, so it's a delay. So when I looked up, you weren't there, and I was like, oh. My question was, what are your expectations for season 3 of Titans?
I'm not sure.
I was about to say, did he hear us?
I was gonna say, damn it.
I'm not sure.
Where? Oh, this thing here is.
I might have to rewatch season 2 again.
I'm definitely gonna rewatch it at some point.
But I remember that I was pissed that Donna,
I think we all were.
quote unquote, died. I thought that was stupid, but
Way to die, for sure. That was kind of like, come on, man.
that was a weak ending right there.
Weak writing, and you know what? The whole season was good until the finale.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this is good, and then the last damn part, what the fuck was that? No.
It's like reversed. Like season 1, the first episode was bad,
right,
and the rest of the season was good. And then the next season, everything was good until the last episode.
I mean, the first thing I thought was, can you kill Wonder Woman by electrocuting her? Like, can you do that? Can you really do, like? Can I go up to her with exposed wires and she die?
They did set up in this that she is from man's world, like her father was a real person or whatever. She was adopted by the Amazons, but they don't explain how she's all that strong and shit.
Yeah, there's a lot they didn't explain. Also, can I say this?
No,
you know what Titans never explained?
No,
is how much time did they spend training together?
Shapoopy.
Because when Slade fought them, it did not look like they had ever trained together. It was like
that's just
Slade.
Also the fucking man.
Oh, that is true. When I tell y'all that, what was it, a sword or a cane that he had?
It was both.
That turned into like a gun when they were fighting in the church.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yo, this might be the dopest fucking Slade I've ever seen. Like, and you know, my one issue usually when they make villains like this is I feel like their suit is a little bit too bulky. Like, it's okay to be more slim fitting. And I felt like the 2 Slades we've seen so far, like when you look at the movie one at the end of Justice League, that shit's slim fit to his body. That's not bulky at all.
He's kind of wearing spandex and then he wears like armor.
Exactly. Over. That's how I want my Slade to be. And I looked at this and I was like,
it's spandex.
It's so bulky. I don't like how bulky it is. But AJ, do you remember Slade?
I do. I actually really loved him. At first I was like, I don't think he'll be a good Slade, but once I actually like saw him in action, I was like, okay, I can see that.
Once I saw the scene of when he saw that the Titans were back after Jason was running his mouth, and he went and met up with his Alfred type. I can't remember his name.
Wintergreen, something like that.
Yeah, it is that. When they showed his armor room, I said, oh, I'm about to love this Slade. When he looked at his suit and all you saw was like the thousands of guns and his swords, I was like, oh yeah. No. This one ain't for play. He about to kill some Titans. He about to kill some Titans. I will say Titans season 2 did something that I don't usually like shows that have a small amount of episodes to do. Don't give me 2 different storylines. I kind of like you to ride one out. You only have so many episodes. Ride out one storyline. It should have ended with the Cadmus.
Should have focused better.
Right. The focus should have just been Slade.
Tried to do a Marvel Netflix. Don't do that.
Don't do that. It worked for Daredevil seamlessly. Punisher stopped. The hand took over.
Yeah.
The way Titans did it,
no. Yeah, it tried too hard. Yeah, relax.
And I don't know who the showrunner was, but you didn't have to, like, if Cadmus was because you had to explain Superboy, then don't bring in Superboy as early as you did.
Right.
Like, he could have came as an end credit scene for season 2, and your focus of season 3 was Cadmus turning Superboy against the Titans.
I wasn't really a big fan of Superboy.
Like the actor or the
actor, yeah.
All right. I didn't mind it. I mean,
I think he was the weakest part of the whole Titans for me, at least.
I won't necessarily disagree, but that's only because AJ. This is purely my opinion. It was an unnecessary storyline.
Yeah.
I thought was only going to be about Slade.
Yeah, they just they inserted him almost just because.
Right. And can I say this? I didn't like the reveal of Rose being his daughter. I thought that was underwhelming. I thought it was kind of just like, wait, that's your dad? It's okay. Batman, I get it. And it was like, wait, hold on, what? Like, no one felt betrayed but Jason? Like, this is it? Speaking of which, we're about to start on the Titans panel now. I just thought it was a little underwhelming, is all I'm saying.
I guess it didn't hit for me.
Fire, Huck, Dove, Connor, and even the next big villain they'll be facing, Blackfire. They're all here. Plus, this epic cast is joined by executive producer Greg Walker to talk all things Titans, the past, present, and future. Let's check it out.
All right, AJ.
Hey everyone, I'm Damian Holbrook from TV Guide Magazine and TV Insider, and I am so excited to welcome you to DC FanDome, and you are watching the Titans panel.
I love the Nightwing costume.
Let's introduce all of you along the way. We've got executive producer Greg Walker, Brenton Thwaites, who plays Dick Grayson, Tegan Croft, who plays Rachel, Anna Jope, who plays Corey Anders, Ryan Potter, who plays Gar Logan, Alan Richson, who plays Hank Hall, Minka Kelly, who plays Don Granger, our new guy, Joshua Orpin, who plays Connor, and Connor Leslie, who plays Donna, and then Curran Walters, who plays Jason Todd, and Damaris Lewis, who's coming in as Blackfire. We've got a list of some fan favorite moments. We're going to kick off with my choice, because I'm the moderator and I get to say that. And there were so many that I wanted to pick because there's so many great moments along with these first two seasons. But the one I went with was Dawn taking down the meth lab in the second episode of season 2.
What's that? Love those guys. They gotta do more shit. I love it.
Oh, this is fun too.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna start
Yeah, I like that. But that's how accurate though.
This is right up there with Dead.
Please don't kill me.
Where's your phone?
911. What's your
comparing
emergency?
There's a meth lab at 2751 Hollister Lane. It's being run by
3 complete dip.
3 complete dip. So come down and arrest us. Thank you for your time.
Your mother would be very proud. I have to give it up to Orphe. My stunt double really does all the work when it comes to having to navigate those wings, because the weight of them just takes you. So you really have to learn how to move with them when you're throwing yourself around. It's a fun challenge.
The first fan clip that everyone kind of like came to was Donna breaking out the lasso for the first time. Corey! Corey, what are you? Stop.
Awesome. It looks almost movie quality.
Heck yeah.
I love the Corey and Donna friendship. It was something I remember reading about when I started doing some research. And so when I read that like they start off kind of rocky, I wasn't even mad at it because I knew that it would turn into this great friendship. And we kind of got a taste of that in season 2. So I kind of love that their friendship grew from this initial moment.
Don't all great friendships start out with a lasso around the neck? And
a little bit, yeah. But they all start off with like really kick-ass women.
Yeah.
Really? Can resist.
All right, let's look at clip 2 from episode 6, Jason Todd.
Why are you doing this? Why do you even want to be Robin?
Are you kidding? This is the dopest gig ever. Hanging out with Batman, kicking bad guys' asses, being famous, driving the goddamn Batmobile.
He lets you drive the Batmobile. Wouldn't you rather have your own name? Like Sparrow or Blue Jay for Jason?
Blue Jay.
The whole point is being Robin. Batman needs Robin. Why do you think it makes us wear those lame colors? Because we're drawing fire. Look over here. And boom. The bat lands and starts trashing ass.
That's a really good point. But that's, you know what, that's not forced fun, but that's old.
I think that scene describes it perfectly, the brother-stepbrother relationship. You know, and the build between them over the season. And season 2 even showed more. So I think that was probably the best scene that shows the relationship for sure.
I think that Dick is, you know, he's annoyed by that and he's frustrated by this kid, but essentially takes on the role of mentor and tries to inspire him, you know, to believe in the same things that he does and to fight crime in the way that Dick is learning to fight crime. And ultimately he fails in connecting with him. And that scene at the end of season 2 on the rooftop is kind of an example of Dick putting aside his problems and offering to open up that channel and you know and kind of put it on the table as, you know, I'll help you and be a mentor.
I need your leadership, Jason. You need to set the tone. I'm not Robin anymore. You are.
The next clip is quintessential Jason.
I love Jason Todd's story arc in this.
By this new group of masked heroes. So apart from some dead birds, we seem to Titans are back, bitches! Woo!
You're kind of an, aren't you, kid?
Yeah, but you like me, admit it.
Never gonna happen.
What's hard about these scenes for me, especially, I always love when it's Kurt and I, because he's in real life the most infectious, vivacious, effervescent soul I've ever met. You know, just so always fun to be around. Just, you know, doesn't have to be talking. You're like,
same with you, Alan.
Your review, you know. And so, you know, to always be the one like putting the lid on it. You know, the scene is actually tough.
This next clip is the scene with Crypto and Connor with the Luther Strike team.
Everybody get down! Nobody move! Get down! Not move! What in God's name's going on? You can't come into my house and order people around. Quiet! Hey! Shut up!
Stop that! What are you doing?
What? What?
Your favorite character?
No, stop that!
I do love the thing. Me too. Yeah. That's not really how it works.
Stand down! God damn it! I said stand down!
It was the first project.
Subject target is firing.
That was fine. That dog didn't even know if it could do that, and it just still did it.
mean, let's be real. Like, Crypto is the MVP of that scene and probably of the episode. So whenever you're in a scene with him, like, nothing can go wrong, man.
Okay, and then the last clip that we have is from episode 5 together.
Where's Dick? I don't know.
Corey?
Yeah.
Stand back. Get behind me.
The big boys.
It's time to burn. Night. Dick?
That's Robin.
You should put your toys away when you're finished with that.
One thing, AJ, I think you got to give them a lot of credit. The choreography was really good.
It was, yeah.
Way better. That was just like,
I'll say I'm so happy to see that this scene was voted on by the fans. It was so hard to film. I don't know if you guys remember, but we were filming in what we
hotel like 6 times.
what we were lovingly calling the struggle motel in the middle of the night, and it was freezing. We went there so many times, and so I'm really glad to see that people responded to this scene.
There's a whole lot of work to do and no one to do but me. So let's get started.
And Ryan, you had that great episode where we're waiting for Connor to wake up, and you got to just do like the day over and over again.
That was a good time. Boris, our like season-long DP, was directing that episode a bit, and it was just a really intimate set than what we usually go through because we were like changing clothes every 5 minutes and going from one set to another. It was just like an entire day of just goofing off and like just coming up with new ideas, and like there was so much stuff that didn't make it because of how much stuff we actually shot of Gar in the Titans Tower just being Gar.
Damaris, we got a couple of tastes of you at the end of last season, but now you're coming in full-fledged. But I'm not completely sold on her being all evil.
This is just a recap.
Funny you say that because the villain, I think the villain is generally always my favorite character in a lot of movies because there's a reason why that they're a villain. And I'm excited to see especially what gets cooked up for our duality, I would say, especially like with Corey being of the same, I guess, blood or whatever we have on our planet, and but with different ability. So I think it's going to be really interesting seeing what happens.
I'm coming for you.
Good. Will Blackfire meet the rest of her friends? Because I need to know what she thinks of this group.
Oh yeah, she's gonna have a room in Wayne Manor. Get ready. It's gonna.
No, wait, seriously?
It's gonna mix things up. Yeah.
My God, I love this.
This season, we're gonna bring up a new villain. It's a villain. If you've watched the show, you know that Jason Todd's had a rough run, and he had a falling out with the Titans.
Oh no!
And it didn't end well. And even the Titans, as they
It's Sky Guy.
were absent one member at the end who rode away on a motorcycle and had a fallout. And there's that African proverb, if something along the lines, the child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. And that child comes back in the form of Red Hood.
Oh, they officially announced Red Hood.
Wow.
All right, Kurt, how do you feel about that?
All right.
Yeah,
obviously.
Oh, what asshole!
And I feel so
Wait, what?
ready to take it on.
Someone spoiled it for me, AJ.
I'm very
Wow.
excited. We're running this for a while now. So.
Season 3 is giving us Barbara
goes to
Gordon,
Gotham.
Scarecrow,
And there's a
Red
whole
Hood.
new
So
set
I
of
read Red
challenges
Hood
that
before
lie
he said it.
wait for us in Gotham.
Gotham is filled with iconic characters. Who can you tell us that we might meet along the way?
Oh, well, we've got a big one coming up in Dr. Jonathan Crane, also known as Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And we have another, classic character in the canon named Barbara Gordon, Commissioner Barbara Gordon. We've got two, the second gen coming up. There was originally Batman and Jim Gordon, and now we have Nightwing and Barbara Gordon trying to kind of deal with the mistakes of their parents, and it turns out a lot more difficult than anybody thought.
Cannot wait to see what comes up in season 3. I want to thank you all and congratulations on an awesome run so far. Thank you
so much.
So, I don't know if people are getting their information before us, or are we like
over to you, Jaden?
Thank you, Gabby. It's great to be back with everyone. As a resident Aussie, I had to come back when director James Wan went down under. Then, even further underwater with Jason Momoa and the brilliant cast. 4 years later, in 2022, you can expect to see the sequel, giving a whole new meaning to Long Time No See. But of course, here at the DC FanDome, you won't have to wait another minute to wet your whistle. So let's dive into Aquaman with James Wan and King Ohm himself, Patrick Wilson, here to chat about some of their best memories from set. Well, hello there, Patrick Wilson.
Hello, is that James? That is James Wan. How are you, dude? You look good.
Okay. Do I look like I'm on this Statue Enterprise?
Wait, should I get a fancy chair?
I think you should. No, you're good. Aquaman is, what is that, Patrick? Is that the 5th film that we've collaborated together?
That's true, yeah.
Contribute into, and yeah, it is the 5th one. Things like, so let me ask you, Patrick, how did you first heard about this particular project, Aquaman?
I believe we were on the set of Conjuring 2.
Yes.
And you said that you had, I don't think you weren't really signed on yet, but you knew you were going to do this project, right?
Right.
And I think you kind of floated it out there about Ocean Master, right? Or maybe it was through a text, and then we spoke the next day or something. Let me ask you, when did you think that I would be right for Aquaman?
The moment I decided I was going to do it.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
very early on. I'm like, we know that Momoa was already on board, and I felt like the only
I love Aquaman so much.
Jason that at least to the level that I need him to step up to was yourself. So I floated the idea with Warner Brothers, with DC, and they could.
They're like, no.
No, they were very supportive from day one. So from the get-go, knowing who was going to play Aquaman and kind of knowing Jason a bit more and getting to know his personality, I felt that that part of the reason why I wanted to come to you was the fact that you guys are kind of different in a lot of ways. and I mean physically. And so I felt that going into it that it was the right thing to do, getting someone that was a little bit different to who he is. So that way it helps to add to the idea that Arthur Curry is an outsider to the world of Atlantis, that Orm has kind of shaped it in his sort of in his look, with his sort of mentality, and kind of and vice versa as well, how Atlantis has shaped Orm in a lot of ways. And so definitely, like in the same way I would write Arthur Curry to Jason Strength, I tried to write Orm/Ocean Master to Patrick Wilson. Patrick, let me ask you, speaking of comfortable, how comfortable was it to physically embody Ocean Master?
as soon as you look at Ocean Master in the comics, I mean, he's just jacked. I knew that I wanted to push myself because I'd never done that. What we didn't know, and this will be interesting next time going through, is what the elephant in the room of being in a harness. Like, unless you're in a harness, you can't practice for that. Just doing that, being inverted, and then holding yourself in like that plank, and then trying to act like it's nothing, and it's totally fine. I'll be, just doing more sort of core exercises to get ready for that. So, if I get out of jail. And if I couldn't swim, if they're swimming, is there swimming?
If they're swimming,
I'm curious to know what changed, right? That's sort of part two of the question, is what will be different about what you expected from shooting in these harnesses to what it actually ended up being. But could you visualize what these harnesses and what they would do and how they would help you?
Nothing in the underwater world was easy. One of my favorite, and it was a very simple sort of device that we sort of discovered that we use on Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
Was that we realized that we didn't actually have to hang him on any wire. No. We literally just create a what do you call it, like a seesaw, like
a teeter-totter.
Teeter-totter, right?
Yes.
He would actually just stand on, and then we've a couple of some guys to the side. We just sort of jack him up, but we'll do it in such a way that it looks fluid. So it looks like he's just sort of floating in space. Yeah, and it actually worked out really well. And
it was Dolph Lundgren on a teeter-totter, which is, I mean, how do you beat that?
So believe me, I've learned a lot, and I know what to do in the next one. How did it help you, Patrick? Would you say the virtual sort of filmmaking process allow you, ways to do things?
Well, I mean, seeing the previs was super important because you want to know, as you're sitting on top of a weird, like, blue oil drum, like, what am I writing? And you show a picture of a tylosaur,
You're referring to the tylosaur that's swimming up to you, that you then jump onto it to ride it out of the sea.
Yes,
right.
Yes. That it was different than what I expected. I loved the weirdness of it. I did. I love being in this weird space where there's really nothing. It felt like a black box theater where there is nothing, and you just have to make up everything. That's why we get into this business in the first place.
Right.
And so I'm totally. It makes you concentrate on those relationships. Me and Willem are like, okay, what do you want from this scene? What do I want from this scene?
That's so cool.
Do you find yourself more attracted to work that's like, whoa, this is going to be big and flashy? Or it's like, you know what? I want to be even in this genre, as real, as convincing as possible.
One of the things I love the most about making this movie is sharing this character that's never been done before, and this world that's never been done before, and seeing the the big screen depiction of this character and treat them to a visual world that they're not familiar with. It's just so cool to just sort of watch them watch the movie in sort of wide-eyed awe, and we're very thankful for how well the film was received by all the fans out there. And I'm excited to continue the journeys of our heroes and anti-heroes, for that matter, and and to continue to expand on the world, with number 2, and ultimately trying to find new things to do that I didn't get around to doing in the first film. That's what I'm always trying to do, find something fresh. And I think the second one is a little bit more, I would say, a little bit more serious, a little bit more relevant in the world that we're living in today. And
I love that.
Where it wants to go. What are you looking forward to, Patrick, about number 2? What would you be excited to see or would like to see?
I'm excited for some new worlds. Hopefully, I'm just throwing that out there because I know you love world building, and I'd like to see. I'd like to see some of that. I'd like to see where else we can go, because I know you're going to push that ocean. There's a lot of unexplored ocean out there. Anyway. We only know 5% of the ocean. It's people. So
that is true. That is true.
Clearly,
and I can definitely guarantee you new worlds in this next one. And I think you're going to be very excited with what you as an actor, what you're going to play with. Arm.
Am I handcuffed the entire time? It's made of seaweed, right? I can just eat my way through it.
So no.
Because we're talking about Aquaman, I feel compelled to remind you to hydrate. So, drink more water, or whatever it is you have in the cooler. We have so much more excitement to come. Get ready for a fan Q&A unlike you have ever seen before. That's right, it's animated Harley Quinn. Here is our delightfully deranged anti-hero wing, calling it like she sees it.
Hey everyone, what's up? Harley Quinn here, ready to answer some questions from social media. Ready?
God, I love this.
What would you say is the hardest part of starting your own criminal empire? Probably deciding where to go for lunch. You know, everybody just sits around just like tossing out ideas. Someone says Chipotle and everybody's like, we had Chipotle like 3 days ago. And then someone says a place that gets everyone excited. And then we call and find out they don't deliver. And then someone says Chipotle again. It's just such a pain. And yes, next question. Will the series have a third season? Please say yes to me. I need it. I love Harley and the show. I mean, I f***ing hope so. It's probably up to some.
Did she say third season?
Has a personal trainer who says the word core a lot. In which case, hi, Mr. Executive. Did you know the show is super cheap to make and I play well internationally because I'm hyper violent? Okay, next question. Which TV show would Harley probably love? Well, Robert Espinoza. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do love the many offerings available on HBO Max. Between the beloved classic TV series offered and the massive Warner Brothers film library, it's crazy not to subscribe. Next question is from Adrian. Do you have any advice on how to get a girlfriend? Oh, Adrian, have you tried jerking off? It's not as good as a girlfriend, but people seem to love it. Next, a question. Grant with a D. It's really lame. Okay. Harley, out of Batman's many Robins, which one is your favorite? I guess Red Robin. Takes balls to name yourself after a national chain of burger restaurants. I mean, I like burgers, so let's just go with him. Look, it's not science. Next question. From Sharjeel Mogul. Mary Kill. Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. Oh, Kill the two dudes after I torture the shit out of them and make them fight each other until they're referencing their mothers. Mary Ivy. What? This is my fucking Q&A, okay? I don't have to play by the rules. Last? No, not last. Another question from Keegan Sandlin. Would you ever consider opening up a tattoo parlor? The tattoo parlor idea is interesting if I ever wanted to go legit. Or a tattoo removal clinic. You know, my ex had some pretty regrettable tats he paid a lot of money to have lased off. You know what I'm talking about. All right, we got another question from Gaz. No, I'm f***ing serious. That's this person's name. Question. What music would Harley have on a playlist to listen to while fighting a load of goons in a circus funhouse? Usually when I'm in these melee situations, the voices in my head are singing an a cappella the theme song to Seinfeld. You know, I stopped putting in my earbuds during these situations because Ivy would always turn Spotify on at home. And while I'm exploding some goon's head, the Indigo Girls, Galileo comes on. It's just really f***s the mood straight to hell. Okay, next question from Mr. Jim Lee.
Hey, Harley, what's it like working with the Batman? I'm a really big Batman fan myself, and I don't think people talk about him enough.
Batman is a pain in my ass, okay? He's a little diva, especially for being like, hello, 18th on the call sheet, plus his day rate is astronomical, and if you ever say anything about it, he's all, I keep the lights on at Warner Brothers, which is bullshit, because we all know that's still Friends and Big Bang Theory. Did that answer your question? All right, last but not least, we got a question from Ruchi Bhatia. Advice to all the girls on how to be more confident and badass like Harley. First thing you do is take all the and throw them out the window. You don't want those weighing down your confidence. Who gives a what others think of you? Okay, nerds, I've had a ball, but guess what? I gotta go. Bye. Others think of you. Okay, nerds, I've had a ball, but guess what? I gotta go. Bye.
She died.
I didn't think Kaylee Cuoco was going to be a good Harley Quinn, but I love her.
I was glad how wrong I was.
I was surprised.
I know, me too.
I like Kaylee Cuoco as Katie Cole. I was not expecting him to be as good as he has been.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Whoa, Holly, language. I guess we should expect her to keep the censors on their toes, right? Now, let's welcome these three ladies I'm confident who will keep it clean and classy. With the upcoming release of Wonder Woman 1984, they and we have reason to celebrate.
Yep. 1916.
I'll let these wonderful women do the honors. Patty, Gal, Linda, it's all you.
Hi, everybody. Well, there's one more exciting detail that we're.
I think this is the yes, the werewolf game. Yes, that's
is it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's
good.
So thrilled to be here to talk about, which is it turns out next year is Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary. 80th anniversary, if you can believe that. She's been changing the world for 80 years. So there's
that panel was everything that I wanted it to be.
That panel was probably one of the best so far.
only Gal Gadot, the
It's
best,
legit, like, all
and
I was
the
expecting it to be.
legend, the inspiration, and the reason that we're all here, the person who brought Wonder Woman alive in our hearts and minds, and
Yeah, refresh. Maybe it'll be better.
a special moment. 80 years. Isn't that amazing?
Unbelievable, amazing. And it's crazy to think that only, three years ago, the first feature Wonder Woman was released. It's insane.
Dealing with the issues of
Yeah, I was gonna say we were probably talking, but definitely.
I remember that. I do look forward to seeing him deal with actual like issues
between up top and down below.
Yeah, like the Earth world fucking with like the land fucking with the oceans and throwing this shit away.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
I mean, that legit is the whole global warming argument.
Yeah, him just coming up to the surface and go, look it, God. I've been on the surface long enough. No, there are ways to not do some of the shit you're doing.
Right.
We don't believe in that shit.
Sorry, man. We're about money up here. Fuck all that other shit you were talking. We're about money.
She's voguing. All right, so while they do that, let's see. Daniel's gonna make dinner. It's time.
It's time.
No rush, mate. Shazam's not till 7:30.
Yeah,
which is
I was gonna say plenty of time. Not plenty.
I almost saw the trailer for the Batman. Almost.
AJ, don't play games.
Almost.
Fuck with us.
AJ, your whole point is to experience it with us.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I said almost.
All right.
I turned it off as soon as I was like, nope, okay. I saw a little bit of the armor. I was like, okay, I'm gone.
Good. Too much. That's too much.
I don't even want to do that. That's why Cannon was like, yeah, I'm gonna. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'll get on Twitter.
I've been on Twitter. I haven't seen it pop up luckily, so I ain't sharing it if I see it or nothing. I'm like, nope.
After this, I'm blocking everybody who spoiled it.
Yep. I'm keeping an eye on Facebook too, because that shit pops up. I'm fucking shit up. Oh, this fucking guy, go away. He keeps. Who's Dawn of Geek?
All right, I'll be right back.
Shit. Stop sharing it on our page.
All right, I'm gonna go pee. I just realized we were live, and I probably shouldn't have said that.
Hey, do you, buddy? You gotta do you.
I legit realized we were so.
I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm just gonna look at AJ. Fuck it. Oh, that's not the AJ button. I lost it. Oh, he left too. Everybody left. So it's just me. All right, well, let's see. He's back. It got dark in here, huh? Does our screen look too dark, or does it look all right?
It looks a little dark.
Let me try something. Is that better?
It ain't do much.
No. Oh, give me 1 second.
Ooh, lights. When did you get
dark, bitch?
When did you get this new thing?
Look, you see something? That's what I thought.
Let me see on my bed. Looks like you once got that sniffed on my sheet.
Trying to make everything straight now.
Not get it. You're trying to call me fat. It's close. Whatever.
You said that.
Nah, it's close. Whatever.
No, I know it's cool. I just never said it.
No. It's close. Whatever. I get it.
Oh my goodness. All right. All right, Jew.
Juan. That's
All right, Juan. Let's go. Whichever one.
Some people.
Juan, whichever you want to call yourself today. All right, so which one has
Where are we now?
Hey, come here.
The Snyder Cut.
All right.
The Black Adam, Aquaman, just us. Okay.
This is the big one.
We have Shazam after this.
What's going on? Let's see what's going on.
I feel like we live in an alternate reality. I mean, it's so easy to say in hindsight because you mentioned diversity and race and geography and so forth, and the DC multiverse is certainly known widely for so many of these firsts. I mean, you have this insane interwoven multiverse on the CW. You're the first studio to win Best Actor at the Oscars for a superhero and Joker, or really a villain, I should say, a super villain. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I hate to ask it this way, but how do you decide which of these risks to take, given you were the first and are the first in so many? And what can we expect to see next from the DC multiverse? I don't think we view it as a risk. I don't think there's a fear. I mean, I think there was probably an old school thinking, like, for example, like a female lead can't carry a movie, right? A lot of these sort of old school ideas of what worked or what the audience wanted or didn't want. And in many ways, it's been transformed, by the fact that it's become more global, that the audience has changed. And I think also data, right? Data is really interesting now because we actually have now direct consumer insights as to what they want and what they're looking for. And what they're looking for is representation. They're looking for content that reflects the world they live in. They want to see themselves represented on the screen in the pages of the comic books. And that is something that
What?
And I've been around for a long time. That's not even an expectation I have.
I don't even know what panel this is. Did they say it while I was away?
I think it's the where is it? The Tomorrow's Superhero panel with Jim Lee.
Yeah.
Themselves, and you see that manifested in so many different ways, sometimes negatively, but predominantly I think it's really healthy and interesting, and it's transforming the business. So it's not about taking risks, it's about feeding the appetite, the desires of so many people want to see characters. Now you're seeing people want, can you make a deaf character? Can you make a character from my home country? How do you tell these stories authentically? And that means working with new voices, new talent from around the world. So to me, it's not about risk; it's about opportunity. So it's really a golden era for content makers, and definitely the world that we live in.
Up till 6:40. All right, I'll be right back.
More inclusivity in our mind. I've seen that gradually change, but it's really accelerated in the past probably 5 to 10 years, and the demand is even more than ever before. And so I think it's a real responsibility on our shoulders to address this concern, to address this appetite. And it's an exciting time to be a comic book creator.
Something I really admire about DC is how you remember the diversity is not just one dimensional. It's not just a matter of race or gender or geography, but all the above. I mean, you also had the first transgender superhero on Supergirl, Nicole Mays, of course, right?
So it's really everyone being present. So much of this diversity, of course, begins on the page. Comics are not just some frivolous, fantastic world that we don't identify with. They're a new mythology. And I've often thought about this of how, we look to Grecian mythology and so forth, but it's been a while outside of comic books since we've had a real mythos that we could believe in and show us what we can do better. How do you think about taking a comic book and making it canon? Like, how does it become a real mythos for people? Because you've done this through characters.
Yeah. No, it's a really interesting process. When you get into comics, you're a fan, and you don't think necessarily about the underpinnings, the concept, and the themes that are kind of that you're connecting you to the material, right? You're just reading the story and you think it's entertainment, but a lot of times these stories are driven by characters that are underdogs, characters that have horrible, tragic things happen to them, like Batman, have to overcome all odds and strive to be the best, to overcome their own personal demons. And to me, that's something that connects all of us, right? It's a universal thing, this need to overcome adversity. And how do we face adversity? And how do we turn adversity into something that's positive in our lives? So in my mind, it's more than just entertainment. And that's what keeps this stuff compelling. It keeps it around for 80 years. We've been publishing stories for 85 years. Batman's been around for 81 years. And we're excited to introduce the next version of Batman that speaks to a whole new audience that will last another 80 years. So this is our mission. And this is something that we don't take lightly. And at the same time, it's a lot of fun to do at the same time, right? So it's a really, really cool way to kind of be creative, share stories about, coming of age, dealing with personal responsibility, introducing young people to these themes, and then seeing these ideas kind of become cool video games or TV shows or movies. I mean, it's icing on the cake.
Yeah, I mean, the DC multiverse, as you just alluded to, you got publishing, you got games, you got collectibles, you got TV, you got film, and everyone and their mother across Hollywood wants that next franchise like the multiverse that you've built. What can you tease about how you think about the evolution of the DC multiverse? We know it's inclusive, but what are the other things you can tease of its evolution?
I think we're in early days. I mean, the multiverse is something that DC popularized. If you think about fiction in general, DC did it first back in 1961. Kind of introduced this idea that there are alternate versions of everyone and all the superheroes on alternate Earths, and they're all slightly different. And that basically opens up the pantheon, the storytelling, to all sorts of incredible ideas. And now you can explore different themes in different ways. It's really about taking the road not taken and being able to kind of have your cake and eat it too, and just have Earth 3 where all the character, the Justice League are villains and the only hero is Luthor, and kind of exploring that dynamic. And it's a great foil to the core characters and knowing who they are. So it gives our creators tremendous freedom to tell their stories, and also allows us to introduce diversity and inclusivity through the multiverse, right? Earth 23 there's a black Superman, and Calvin Ellis. And so what kind of world does that look like? And how is that different from our Earth with Superman and with Clark Kent? And so these are great stories to be able to tell. And it's just really about broadening the experience and giving our creators the amazing tools to tell whatever story they want to.
What's the most exciting set of developments for you in comic books right now?
Right now in publishing, we launched a young adult, young reader program just last April. I mean, we've worked on it for years prior, but this is a huge opportunity for us. It's one of the fastest growing segments in the book audience. And it's a predominantly different audience than who buy, our core comic book line. It's more female, it's definitely younger, and they want to see the heroes reflected in different ways that speak to them, the issues that they're facing, coming of age type stories. We kind of lost sight of the 8 to 10-year-old readers, and now we're actually addressing that and creating content for them again. And that's very exciting for us, because you need that young generation to keep feeding sort of this broad spectrum of readers that you have. So that's been a really exciting initiative for us. I mean, beyond the young reader program, we also shared in a previous panel during FanDome that we have acclaimed legendary writer John Ridley coming on board. John Ridley won an Oscar. He is a huge comic book fan, and he's actually going to come on board in 2021 in January and do a 4-part miniseries introducing a new Black Batman. And the question is, who is this Batman? And there's a cool backstory to it, has deep implications and impact on the future of the mythology. Is really an interesting take that's driven by his own personal relationship with his two sons. It is a really, really cool story, and we're excited to kind of show that anyone Batman, and that's kind of part of the story, is like we know who these heroes are and we know what their core values, what they stand for. And if you think about it that way, we can all identify with it. And I think as we drive forward with this mythology, I think we have to look beyond just what has been established and look to other ways of really kind of updating and contemporizing the mythology. And that really is kind of our core mission, is like looking at these assets, and they've been around for a long time. They've been around for 85 years. Well, publishing for 85 years, Batman 81 years. How do we keep this interesting and fresh? And this is the kind of creative work that I love being involved in, and having someone like John who has the creative chops to be able to pull off a story that's really meaningful and it's going to impact the rest of the DC universe is something that is going to be huge for us next year.
Yeah, I mean, serious kudos to y'all though, because as you know, it's a reflection of our times of how do you hold on to some forms of legacy, but how do you be brave and smart and forward-looking enough to reflect today as well? And it's sometimes harder than it seems to balance the two. So no, I can't wait for that. Yeah. Last question is cheesy, but we have to ask for those who don't know, who across the pantheon of your multiverse are your favorite superhero and why?
Yeah, when I was a kid growing up, I liked the real oddball characters just because they're so unusual. And certainly when I was like 8 or 10, it's just more whimsical, and it just appeals to, like, you know, if you ever interact with young kids, the things they find funny or interesting are very different than like a teenager or adult, right? And so there's a character called Matter Eater Lad, which I always kind of, you know, he was a substitute. He wasn't even a full superhero. He was a substitute member of the Legion of Superheroes. Occasionally he'd kind of crossover, but his power, as you could tell from, he could eat anything. Matter Eater Lad, that was his power. He came from a planet called Bismol, and his way out of any problem in jail. He started, their bomb that's going to go off. He starts eating the components of the bomb. And, you know, just a kid, it's just like, it's ludicrous but funny. And I think it just shows you that anything can be a power if you tell really cool stories. And so that's one of my more, you know, favorite characters from my childhood. I was kind of sharing his story because he's not very well known. And someday maybe he'll be on the big story and the big screen. And let me tell you, that is really a skill set in and of itself. You know, you look at James Gunn and he's doing Suicide Squad. He went deep into the DC catalog of characters and he pulled out some tertiary, and I don't even know what's beyond below tertiary.
Quaternary,
yeah, deep cuts into the DC catalog and pulled out these obscure characters with pretty random powers. But he made them really compelling by giving them cool backstories, cool character arcs. And I think people are going to go like, wow, that's amazing. Who is this character? And that's the beauty of it. It's all in the execution. So if you think about it, everyone has their favorite character and they can all be elevated to, you know, movie star, you know, level, you know, love if given the appropriate attention and the right story.
Right. And especially, so thank you for sharing your superhero with us. I wish the wonderful people of LA could be on that diet and make it, just eat everything and make it demolished. But
and then that's the thing. He never like, he doesn't gain weight. He's not skinny. He consume anything. I don't know where it goes. And you know, that's an interesting story. What is in his digestive system that allows him to exactly a lot of fiber?
Those are some dirty words for this city. Jim, thank you so much for spending time with us today and all the insane announcements. Again, like as a nephew, as a fan, it's just such a treat. So thanks so much again for spending the time.
All right, thank you, Big. It's tremendous pleasure. Thank you.
Where that show, it's something completely new. To me, that would drive up sales to watch.
Shazam!
Instead of going on to a story where they're all dead.
This was an amazing, very cool, unique experience. I actually worked off of a lot of the creativity of other people within DC and Warner Brothers who basically came up with the overall map for DC FanDome, right? The center Hall of Heroes island and then the 5 different islands that kind of float around it.
I saw that there were 3 statues of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and then this giant kind of auditorium behind it. So first I sat down and I drew the Trinity.
Yes.
For the overall hero space, I was really inspired by the Justice League Watchtower, the light that the Justice League operated out of. It looks futuristic, but also very organic. So that kind of inspired in my head, what if we made this real? What if we made it a 3D model asset? And then we could kind of rotate the camera around and enter through the windows and do all sorts of crazy things. We started with the concept designs done in pencil, to inks, and then to color. Alex Sinclair, who's my trusted colorist, gave it a really cool silver and gold palette. When we started seeing the initial 3D assets come over, I was completely blown away. The actual floor of the hall is like one giant canvas. It was really flattering and really cool to see the art blown up in this gigantic scale behind the host. We knew that we wanted to have a space that was not confined by our imagination. We wanted to run amok with these crazy ideas, point to walls and spaces and things which should materialize and appear out of nowhere, and give us the ability to throw to different hosts or to different scenes or different panels at a whim. To make every element within this space active and alive. We were able to literally beam in hosts from all around the world, and we could place them in this virtual space. We could customize every facet of the production and put the art anywhere and everywhere we wanted it to be. That's really kind of the fun of what you do as a comic book artist. You're creating an immersive world on a 2D piece of paper. This time it was kind of brought to life in really a unique, one-of-a-kind virtual space where anything and everything is possible.
It's time to go back to you guys, the fans, for more questions. Now, this fan might look familiar to some of you guys.
Hey, it's Jake from State Farm here. The Amazons really inspire me, so I just decided to train myself to be a warrior. Do you have any tips?
Yeah, well, you definitely need strength and drive and discipline and coordination, kindness and courage. That's a starting list.
Oh, check. Yeah. If I want to try to compete in the Amazon games, just checking, it's still all Amazons on the Mascara, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen for you. But keep up with the training. You never know.
Okay. Maybe I could just like be there to give a helping hand or some water, be a towel, throw a sword.
Yeah.
If they drop it, maybe. Okay. All right, then. Cool.
Legit. A child.
I'm so excited to share with you guys 24 hours of unprecedented geekdom with everybody here today, and to introduce, of course, the DC FanDome Shazam panel. Now, the 2019 movie was not only groundbreaking as a superhero movie with something for everyone of every age, but it was everything you and I wanted from Shazam and the Shazam League. Now, the star of this movie may be just as big a kid as he is on the inside as the character that he plays, and he's the first to admit it. So if you want to know more about the next movie, all you have to do is say this word: Shazam!
Black Adam.
Bam! Welcome to the Shazam 2. Here to talk about our bonkers awesome sequel. Answer as many of your questions as I can. Listen, you've been getting a lot of hot exclusive content from a bunch of other DC joints, post reveals and sneak peeks and motion comics and cast announcements, and I'm a little bit kind of limited in what I can talk about. But I can share my excitement and how thrilled I am about Shazam 2, which may or may not be the title, because again, just a little limited in what I can talk about. Let's just get to your questions. I think that's a good idea. Just gonna get to my iPad over here, and
let's just dive in here. From Nora in Canada. What's up, Will there be a DC cameo in this movie? Nora, that is an awesome question.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I unfortunately, I don't really have an answer for because, again, ever so slightly hamstrung in what I can reveal to the fans. Let's look at some other questions. I can't talk about them. Like I said, I don't really have an answer. I can't actually look. Ultimately, as you've probably picked up on, I can't say about. I'm sorry, squat. Can I say?
Please do not.
Squat. Listen, you're smart people, right? I mean, we all know these panels are just ridiculous clown shows where they trot out a bunch of actors to sell something out of nothing. So the real question is, how am I, Zachary Levi, supposed to fill 6 minutes alone without squat? Well, the answer is, boom. Hey!
Hi. Hey, Faith. Hi, guys. Okay, so guys, what is all this?
That is an awesome question. It's a Shazam 2 panel that we're now going to all do together right now.
Wait, does that mean I can talk about the secret cameo?
No, you cannot talk about that stuff, Asher Angel.
Well, what about all of the new villains?
Villains, singular, plural. Yeah. Who would possibly know, Megan? Because, it's all a mystery. It's all a mystery. Okay, listen, they're very nice giving people at the studio. They won't really let us say much about our movie, but here we are, nonetheless, trying to provide the fans here with some exclusive content.
I can draw a poster for our new movie.
Yeah, that's super cute, Faith. Why don't you knock yourself out?
I'm pretty talented.
You're super talented. Absolutely. I think you're going to do a bang-up job, whatever you do.
Oh, Zach, what is that you're drinking? Is that a Flow Subs protein shake?
As a matter of fact, Jack, it is. Checks in the mail. Thanks for asking. This is the salted vanilla caramel protein. Listen. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson gets his tequila. Jason Momoa gets, his water in a can. Look, I'm not trying to get you drunk, and I'm not trying to sell you something you can get out of a pond, okay? I'm trying to improve lives.
Okay, guys. I feel like a little bit off topic. So,
I have an idea. Since we can't say anything about, the actual movie, why don't you, the fans out there, tell us what you would want to see in Shazam 2?
A new member should join the Shazam family. Should probably be a unicorn.
Superman.
Totally. At least you give them rocket packs so they can.
Martian Manhunter. Hawk Girl. Cyborg. Flash. Static Shock.
At this point, you're
Give me Beast Boy.
Zach cut of my own from our first Shazam movie. I just boost the energy a bit, brighten up the color palette.
Sorry, you cut my movie?
David Sandberg, our illustrious director. Hi, how are you?
Hey, finish the poster.
Oh, that's adorable. I can't wait to see it.
Wait. Faith, is that Sinbad the comedian?
Hang on a second. Somebody's trying to call in here. Maybe that's Adam. Sinbad.
What it look like, y'all?
I don't know why.
It looks like you. Hold on a second. Sinbad, are you in Shazam 2?
Well, you tell me, John Krasinski, am I? I'm number 3 on the Mandela list, all right?
Oh, I'm so confused.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
You try to live in a world where everybody, I mean my family, everybody thinks you started a film called Shazam when it didn't exist.
Wait. Do you mean Kazam?
No. People think I started in that one too. Shazam, Kazam, all the Kazams. I'm relegated to the false memories of a tired generation, man. I'm here right now to rectify that situation once and for all with a big prominent role in Shazam 2. Thank you very much.
I'm not so sure that you can just demand that.
I got range, man. I can play like anything. I can play like good guy, bad guy. I can play Shazam's trainer. And great news, David. I already started working out for the movie. Check this out, man. I'm gonna look so good. I'll even do nude scenes. Little booty, not a lot.
Sorry.
Adam!
Greg, dude, where have you been? Things have been getting crazy in here.
I clicked the wrong link. The plot for Kazam 2's. It's crazy, by the way.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm gonna be in that one too.
Isn't bad?
Okay, guys.
Is that the title of our movie? Shazam: Theory of the Gods?
For real? That's the title?
Yes.
No
No shit.
No squat. Exclusive content.
I like that. I really like that.
Well, I guess they didn't have much to say. Except the freaking title, guys. You got the title. Yay! Now, our fans
Whoa, whoa.
with some incredible costumes. So let's take a look at some of the best of fan hero cosplay.
Wow, this got a 50 release. One book released with pictures of that. No. But it's Warner Brothers. I don't care. No, I'm waiting. So close, Joel. It's not their face again. I'm so close. Why did you know what we
Now, for a special treat, the cast of Wonder Woman 9084 is here to play one of their favorite games from set, Werewolf. Our game today, Werewolf 9084, has a DC twist. At night, scheming villains work to capture unsuspecting civilians. A superhero tries to save the day, and a detective works to discover who the bad guys are. The catch is, our players don't know who has which role, and they have to figure it out before the villains win. Let's see what happens.